Role models. We all have role models. There's a bunch of different types of role models, though. There are stars, LeBron James, George Clooney, Snooki. Well, maybe not Snooki. There are, people look up to them. There are heroes. Those are people who sort of use their skills and their abilities in a selfless way that's really amazing. And then we get into the really good ones. There are mentors. Mentors are people who apply their skills and their talents to help others, and they are outstanding role models. So a good question to ask, who are the role models that mentors use? And there are very few of them. We're very fortunate today to have, for the First Community, the role model mentor for all of us. I'd like to welcome out Dr. Woodie Flowers, the first national advisor.
Everybody first wanted to come. I won the lottery. I get to come to Oregon City. My father was my mentor. Lots of wonderful things happened when I was a kid to set me up to get through engineering school. I didn't have a car to date in. My uncle gave me an old car. I said, Dad, this thing's not worth much to me the way it is. I think I want to make a hot rod out of it. Dad looked at me, paused for a minute, and he said, well, okay, Scooter, if you want to do that, I'll help you, but you got to finish it. And that was his way of making a commitment, and he was absolutely no doubt in my mind that he meant what he said. So my first robot was a hot rod roadster, and it was a wonderful learning experience that I think that set me up for engineering school. In 1994, Dr. William Murphy, the founder of Cordis pacemakers, small parts, many things, started an award called the Woodie Flowers Award for Outstanding Mentors. It's been an amazing experience for me because it's associated my name with an absolutely incredible group of people. The judging for that award is absurdly difficult. You can't read the nominations without getting a tear drum. At this event, you guys have written eloquently about two mentors. At the Pacific Northwest Championship, one Woodie Flowers Finalist Award will be chosen, and they will become a candidate for the Woodie Flowers Award in St. Louis. The competition is really tough. You guys have some strong candidates. If we can have the slide. Please say congratulations to Roberta Stubbs. And Bruce, stand up. Is Roberta out there? So those are the two of the people that help make FRC different. I have too much to say, so I'll try to be economic with words. Congratulations to the students and to the mentors that have helped make this happen, the sponsors, etc. FRC is a big deal. The robot is the campfire around which the tribe gathers. It's not about the robots, it's about a bunch of other stuff. And one of the things that I want to emphasize is that I believe FRC is an archetype for the future of education. Week before last, Thomas Friedman had an op-ed piece in the New York Times The title was How to Get a Job at Google. He had interviewed Vice President of Operations at Google. What do you look for hiring? I think it was somewhat overstated, but it was blunt. The response was, well, grades don't matter. The observation was that grades correlate very poorly with what Google was looking for. He went further to say that test scores don't teach Google what they're looking for. I realize that it's risky to repeat that to you because you might think that I'm saying grades don't matter. They do matter, but they are necessary but not sufficient. Angela Duckworth, psychology researcher, has done some really wonderful fundamental work, and she's starting to point out that the thing that correlates best with how well one does in life, be it as a parent or as a CEO of a company, is grit. It's not IQ, especially measured by the traditional ways we measure it. It's stick-to-itiveness. It's the willingness to fail and get up and do it again. A lot of people are coming to understand that being able to find people who have had experiences that allowed them to do things and feel what it's like to be rewarded for being creative, to fail and fix it, to feel what it's like to be rewarded for being a team player, getting along with the other people in a very complex environment. So, you've done that. You were given a problem too big, a time too short, a budget too small, and a team too large. And you've done this. That really matters. So please hear, as you think about continuing your education, please hear this. Education and training are different. Training is a commodity. Education is the part that conveys comparative advantage. It is much more likely that your education will come through apprenticeship, mentorship-like relationships with experts. If you go to college and you find yourself sitting in a chair copying down things that people are writing on a blackboard, say you want something more than that. As much as you possibly can, you need to be working with rather than listening to. So I'm really optimistic that things are going to change. For some of you, the change may be early enough to help. For some of you, you're going to have to deal with the old system and just beat it. But I believe that new media textbooks will be very good at training. Call it online learning, call it many things, but as you get better at doing that well, so that the thing you're learning from contains simulations, contains animations, has built-in assessment, has a Watson and Siri-like tutor that's your personal tutor, that allows you to move at whatever rate you want. You can consume the codified stuff, as you will have to do your entire life, because while we're at this need, 1,000 things are being learned that we all need to know. So continuously learning is going to be part of your life. Use time with others to become educated and try to make sure it's balanced. The people that are the leaders will understand nature. Robots are all natural. Mother Nature applies all the rules all the time. If the physics says it doesn't work, it won't work. So machines are all natural. Understanding the universe will be really important. Take every chance you get to learn about humanity and yourself so that you can better modulate how you interact. Really exciting things are happening about us understanding our own brain. Machines are going to replace most of the things that humans do now in your lifetime. So my closing comment is, use first to launch yourself on a learning path that makes sure that you will be able to do things that machines cannot. Because that's a clear indication you'll still be needed. Thank you.